about time that I finally concluded my Uncharted series of reviews with Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, a spin-off title from 4 that features the characters Nadine Ross and Chloe Fraser. The game was actually originally supposed to be a DLC for 4, but they ended up making it too long and just plain old too big to be just a DLC. So they ended up selling it. They ended up packaging it as its own separate game. I think it costed like $30 on release. Now it's like you can get it for $10. So, because it's not a full-length game, it's a miniature game. And it's still really fun. It still captures everything you like about Uncharted. I was a little bit wary having a different protagonist that isn't Nathan Drake. I mean, both of these characters are Uncharted characters, but it was just weird not having Nathan Drake be our main character. But it worked. Both these characters are really have been fleshed out through the course of the series, and are really well done in this game. Both getting pretty much close to a story arc. We get to learn more about them and their past, and they also have, at least one of them, Nadine, has some sort of a past with our main villain of the game, which for me has always been the better villains of Uncharted. Well, he's not the best villain because he's not in the game that much, but he's automatically has points over the Uncharted 1 and 2's villains just because of the connection he has with the characters. The action is, of course, just as good as any other Uncharted game. You expect the same run stuff. This Uncharted game is a bit different, though. For the most, you get through a couple levels, and then you're put into pretty much a sort of open world where you gotta find where you can complete levels in order that you want to, kind of. It's kind of an open world, but it's also not. It is a linear path, but it's very open. It's weird, it's different. It's not something that you're used to in an Uncharted game. So you can solve a puzzle at whatever speed, at whatever time you want. It's interesting. I kind of liked it. I thought it was different. I thought it was fresh for a game that was supposed to be just DLC. I thought it was really interesting that they decided to do something like that. So I like that choice to make it a sort of open world. And then once you get past all that, then it goes back into the linear story that we all know from Uncharted. But I like the little experimentation with it. If they do make an Uncharted 5, I'd like to see more experimentation. Stuff like that, maybe a slightly bigger. I don't want Uncharted to become an open world game. I want it to be the linear story it is. But I did like little open world segments in 4 and Lost Legacy. So if they added a segment where it's like pretty open, then I think that would work. But I still want it to be a linear game. Because a game like Uncharted, having an open world, it pretty much would feel empty. The open world would feel empty. And it would ultimately serve no point. So I think it definitely should stay as a linear story with an open world segment. I think that would work really cool. That is, again, if they decide to make an Uncharted 5, or who knows if they will or if they won't. The voice acting is great, as always. This game also has some really good set pieces. There's a cool, in level 2 or 3, there's a cool, chase through the night. That was really cool. The final battle kind of makes up for the sort of anticlimacticness of 4. I liked 4's final battle because it was different. It was definitely my favorite final battle from, well, I don't know if it's my favorite. For the emotion, it's definitely my favorite, but for just fun to play, it might be my second favorite. But it's this game realized, maybe that final battle wasn't for everyone, so they needed to do something else, so they ended up making this huge, awesome train chase. It was awesome. It was like that train set piece in Uncharted 2, but better. I think this was way better than Uncharted 2's train set piece. Don't feel bad about saying that. Probably because also, there's some there were some hard moments in Uncharted. And this game didn't make me want to throw my controller. like the train segment in Uncharted 2. So I definitely think that Uncharted Lost Legacies is better in that aspect. It's a miniature game, so it's not fully fleshed out. Not everything is complete, I should say. But for the most part, story-wise, character-wise, gameplay-wise, it's all good. The effects are just as great as they are in Uncharted 4. Just the graphics continue to dazzle, even for miniature games like this. There's not much else I can say other than I like this game. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was a fun miniature game. It's short, which not everything can be fully together. Some things I feel like were rushed. Character introduction, which I normally would have been like, yay, I like this, ultimately feels out of nowhere. I don't spend enough time with this character. I know it's not that character's game, but I would like to see a little bit more of that character. A lot of the points getting taken out are just because it kind of feels like an Uncharted Lite of sorts, which is what Golden Abyss apparently felt like. I haven't played Golden Abyss, so I don't know. That's a spin-off like PSP game, so I might never play that game. But it did ultimately feel like an Uncharted Lite that didn't have Nathan Drake in it. And while, like I said, I liked Chloe and Nadine, I like them as leads. If we got a Lost Legacy sequel, I would not be disappointed. I think that would be really cool. But you can tell it's definitely missing something without Nate. So I'm going to have to give Uncharted The Lost Legacy a 7 out of 10. Still a super fun game. If you've been into all the Uncharted games, get this one. It's great. You'll enjoy it. You'll have fun. You'll probably ultimately think it's the weakest link, but it's not meant to be like, you're not meant to look at Uncharted Lost Legacy and go like, oh, this. When I think Uncharted, I think this. You're just supposed to you're meant to have fun. You're supposed to play it for a little bit, have fun, and that's it. Nothing else. And it worked. I played this, and I had fun. So, mission accomplished. If you played Uncharted Lost Legacy, tell me what you thought in the comments below. If you haven't, well, okay. Like I said, all 5 Uncharted games are worth buying the PlayStation system. Like I said, wait until 5 comes out. 5 just had a special little today, so cool. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. This is Jordan from Jordan Reviews, signing off.